What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Star Wars News 101 podcast. I'm your host, Owen Long, and today we have a ton of stuff to cover. I believe this episode is going to be the episode where we actually hit the 30-minute marker. So, without further ado, let's just go ahead and get straight into it. I do want to talk about the Last Jedi story trailer. Now, a few days ago, there was a story trailer that recently dropped, and it has a ton of cool stuff in it. So let's go and take a look at it. Now, the first shot we do get in this trailer is blueprints, I'm guessing, of the Millennium Falcon, as you can see. The next shot we do get Rian Johnson behind the Millennium Falcon. I'm guessing they're moving it or they're putting it together. Those are my best guesses. The next shot we do get to see Rian Johnson walking through the hallways of the Millennium Falcon. And then we do see him in the Millennium Falcon, of course, joking around and just having a good time. And then the next shot is of him describing, his childhood and basically how, he had all of these figures and the Millennium Falcon figure and stuff like that. So, the next shot we do get is very interesting. Now, of course, we have, Rey, but if you look right in the middle of her, you do see Finn. Not Finn, Poe, sorry. Poe, if you don't recall, in The Force Awakens, Rey and Poe never actually met. So I guess they will, end up eventually meeting. So, that's something to really look forward to. And it looks like it is towards the end of the film because Rey does have that scar, on her eyebrow. So that means that she's probably been through a lot of action. And, yeah. The next shot we do get is of C-3PO and R2-D2 in the Millennium Falcon. Very epic. The next shot we do get is actually the exterior of the cockpit for the Millennium Falcon, which is really, really cool. And then we do get a closer up look at Rian Johnson tapping on the glass, and of course Chewbacca is in there piloting the Millennium Falcon. Now the next shot we do get Rian Johnson laughing. I'm guessing at something that he just filmed that was funny. The next shot we do get is of someone filming the camera. And then Rian Johnson does say action. Now, the next shot is Rey with her lightsaber. Yes, guys, it is the lightsaber. She's swinging it around. I'm guessing they are getting ready to train, do the training sequence. And then, of course, we do get the shot of Rey igniting the lightsaber. And then after that, we do have a very interesting scene. Now, if you take a look at this scene, you can see Finn and you can see Rose, but do you guys know who that is? That is DJ. Now, I did not know that was DJ at first. I had to do some research on, who is that? At first, I did think that was an actual First Order officer, and they were just walking right beside them. But no, that is DJ, guys. It has been confirmed. So yeah. So the next shot is, of course, Rian Johnson talking to Rose and Finn. I don't exactly know where that is. The next shot we do get is Luke Skywalker, and it looks like they are getting ready to start filming for the Octo 2 sequence. And then, of course, we do get to see Rian Johnson and Luke Skywalker. It looks like that's the cave. I think it is the cave. And then we get the famous shot of Luke grabbing his lightsaber, for the first time since 1982, I believe. Let me guys know when the Empire Strikes Back came out. The next shot is, of course, him looking up towards Rey, just like in shock. Then we do get Rian Johnson saying, "Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Episode 8." We do know that this exact shot was in the post-production or production little trailer that we got about a year ago. The next shot is of the Millennium Falcon actually flying away from TIE fighters trying to escape. This shot, you do see Rose, and she does look very surprised. If you look at her face closely, she does look very surprised, so I'm very curious to see what she's actually looking at. We do get Luke Skywalker laughing, I'm not sure at what. The next shot we do get Rey smiling at somebody. That looks like they are going to do the training sequence. I love that. I just love it. Um, Now the next shot we do get Rey training with her staff. I first thought this was the lightsaber, but she has both of her arms on it. So it cannot be, it can't be her lightsaber. Now the next shot is very epic. Now she is in the rain and she does have her staff. Now what I believe this shot ties into is, if you guys remember in the Last Jedi trailer, Luke Skywalker is on the ground. He has blood on his lip. And it's raining, and he says, "This is not going to go the way you think." Now, I think that Rey actually tries to leave Luke Skywalker, thinking that she is ready to confront Snoke. However, I really don't think she is yet ready yet. And then Luke Skywalker tries to stop her, and then she ends up hitting him with her staff. That's what I think happens. Now the next shot is kind of funny. We do see Ryan Johnson putting on a stormtrooper helmet, just kind of goofing off. Now the next shot is the Millennium Falcon, the entire Millennium Falcon, with a light under it. I do know what this sequence is. It is the campfire scene where Chewbacca is sitting there guarding the Millennium Falcon. And we do know that a Porg shows up, or Porgs start to, show up with Chewie. And so he doesn't feel alone. Then the next shot we do get is Happy Birthday Ryan plus Ram. I'm guessing Ryan Johnson had his birthday during the filming or post-production process. I have no idea who Ram is. If you guys know who Ram is, be sure to tell me on Twitter. Then we have Princess Leia, of course, talking to Ryan Johnson. And we do have the next shot is Finn, Rey, and Billy D. Lord, all talking, having a conversation. The next shot we do get Ryan Johnson walking Princess Leia towards something. I'm guessing she's getting ready for filming. The next shot is them constructing or deconstructing the Millennium Falcon. Now the next shot's very interesting. It is Snoke's throne room. It's a very epic, and I really cannot wait to see that. I know it's going to be very epic, and I just can't wait. Now this shot is in Luke Skywalker's cave on planet Ahch-To. We don't really know much about this yet, other than that Rey and Luke will have a very, very big conversation in it. But that's really all we know. Now the next shot is of Rose looking very, very surprised, and if you look to the far left side of the picture, you can see Finn's jacket, so I'm wondering if they're both looking at something that they don't want to see, or that it's something, that they are very, just shocked about. Now the next shot, it's kind of interesting. We do see Ryan Johnson fidgeting with a BB-8 droid, but if you look in the background, there's three more. I don't know what those are for. Maybe each one has a different purpose. Maybe one's mechanical, maybe another one's manual. I don't know. Now the next shot we do get to see someone working on the Last Jedi, and he has two controllers in his hand, and he is moving them around. I don't know what he's doing it for. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Now I did forget these animals in the next shot. We do see one of those animals, but I do know that they will be on the planet Canto Bight, the casino planet, and we do know that Finn will get into a race with other people there, riding these things. Now the next shot is very, very, very interesting. I do want to go over this. Rey, this does look like it is in Snoke's throne room, as you can see with the red background and the door back there. I think that's the door. I have no idea what it is, but it looks like a door or an entrance or something like that. But if you look to the far right, this is what I'm so happy about. We do see a Praetorian guard with his mask off. The actor that actually plays one of the Praetorian guards, he did take his mask off, and he is sitting there, in the, far, right side of the frame. Now the next shot we do get, Poe, and he is sliding, into a ditch, I believe, on planet Crate. The next shot is an extended shot of him actually falling down, and we do get to see the ships that stir up the red dust on Crate. that we did see in the trailers. It is crashed, and I believe that that is the same ship Poe probably got out of. That would be my best guess. Now the next shot, of course, we have Poe, not Poe, Finn. We have Finn in his suit, his back to suit, and there's a lot of wires and stuff connected to his body. And then we do have the dome over his head. So yeah. Now the next shot is of course another picture of the exterior of the Millennium Falcon cockpit. The next shot is of Rian Johnson just looking over the view of, where they will be shooting the planet Crate at. The next shot we do get Daisy Ridley laughing. I'm guessing, it's after filming and they're just, having a good laugh. Now the next shot is a wide opened look at Snoke's throne room. This is very, very, very cool. It does, you do get to see everything. Now, if you look on both sides of the frame at the very edges, I don't know what those are. They look like black, like pointy. They're hard to describe, like almost knife-like things. They could be a door. They could be some sort of torture device. I'm not too sure. Now we do get the next shot of Rian Johnson and Luke in the cave that we did see earlier. And that's pretty much it for the trailer. So let me guys know what you thought about that. Now, moving on to the next thing. There are some images that I do wanted to go over. So let's just go ahead and start. So the first image is actually Vice Admiral Holdo, and behind her you can see Billy D. Lord. They do look like they're at a resistance base. She might be giving a speech. I'm not too sure, but you do see a BB unit, the Resistance BB unit. And it does look like BB-9E. I mean, it looks like BB-9E, just the way that the head is actually shaped, and it looks like the head was, cut off. It looks like it has been through battle. But yeah, that's that picture. Now, the next three pictures I do want to go over, are actually extended poster pictures. So we do have the first one. It is Princess Leia. She has the red dress on, and she does have, a ring on her finger, and it just looks very epic. Now the next one is of course Luke Skywalker, and he does have of course the red cloak on. I do believe he is going to be wearing that same one in the third act. Now it's not going to be red, it's just to hype up the film, and it's just to give it that, sort of epic look. Now the last, not the last one, but the last poster kind of image that we do have is Rey with the Skywalker lightsaber. It looks like she is getting ready to go into battle. Yeah, she does have the red cloak on. She does have a cape on. And it just looks very epic. Her hair is pulled back, and it does look a little bit wet, so she might have been underwater. This might be right after the water sequence. But we'll have to wait and see. Now the last image I do want to go over today is, of course, I went to the theaters last night and saw Geostorm. Great film. If you want to watch it, it's in theaters right now. It's really good. So when I was walking out, I noticed that they put a poster up, and it's like a dark side poster. We do see Kylo Ren on it. We also see Captain Phasma, General Hux in the background, as well as Praetorian Guards. Kylo Ren is, kind of the main person that we get to see, and Luke Skywalker is in the background. Now, I just think Luke Skywalker will be turning to the dark side in this film. That's just my opinion. If you guys have another opinion, let me know on my Twitter. I'd love to hear you guys' opinions on whether he will turn to the dark side or not. Yeah, that's pretty much it for that. Okay, so that's really it for the posters. Now let's go ahead and move on to the final image. It's not a part of the actual images. It's actually a new poster that they revealed. So, we do get to see this IMAX poster from The Last Jedi. Now, personally, I do not like it. We do get Luke Skywalker watching over Rey as she ignites the lightsaber while she trains. But that is really it. And of course, this is one of four. If you look right under the Last Jedi logo, it is one of four. Now, that is really it, guys. It is over a sunset. So, I mean, it has beauty to it. It's just not my favorite. It doesn't tell me, oh wow, this is Star Wars, if you know what I mean. It just doesn't give me that, kind of feeling. It doesn't give me that Star Wars feeling. Now, let's go ahead and move on. We have new dialogue from DJ, Luke, Leia, and Rey, and I'm going to go over DJ's first. So DJ says, "Hey, I'm a thief. Oh, for Hutt's sake, I can get you out of here. If the price is right, let's get this over with." Now, the first one, "Hey, I'm a thief." It's kind of interesting, because he is basically telling everybody that he's a thief. I don't really know why he would do that. I don't know why he would, I don't know why he would expose himself like that, but, I don't know. So, the next one is "Oh, for Hutt's sake." I do believe that maybe, he's just getting stressed out and he's like, "Oh, for Hutt's sake." That might be why. And then the next one he says, "I can get you out of here." Now, I do believe that this goes with Finn trying to disguise himself as a First Order officer, and he might be the one that gets caught, and then DJ's like, DJ's like, "I'm gonna get you out of here. Let's go." Yeah. So, and then the last one is, "If the price is right, let's get this over with." Now, I do believe that this ties in with the casino. I do believe he is trying to gamble for some money. Um, so yeah. So that is it for DJ. Now let's move on to General Leia. So General Leia says, "Together we can defeat the First Order. May the Force be with you. Send them in. I will do everything I can do to help, and all troops open fire." Now, "Together we can defeat the First Order, and may the Force be with you." I'm not going to go over those because I feel like we did hear her say those in The Force Awakens, so I'm not going to go over those. But I am going to go over "Send them in, I will do everything I can do to help, and all troops open fire." Now, "Send them in." I do believe that she is referring to Luke and Rey maybe going into Snoke's throne room. That's what I think she is saying. Send them in. Now the next one, "I will do everything I can do to help." I do believe she is referring to maybe Rey has gotten injured, or Finn or Poe. They have both, one of them has probably gotten injured, and she's like, "I can do everything I can to help." And now the last one is "all troops open fire." That, I believe, is on the planet Crate, and you have the walkers, the ATM-6 walkers, and you do have the those ships that are, flying towards them, and I believe she does give the order, "All troops open fire." Now, let's move on to Rey. Now, she only has 3 lines. Her lines are, "I'm Rey, help me with this quick, and the Resistance sent me." Now, when she says "I'm Rey," I do believe she is referring to at the beginning of the film where she meets Luke Skywalker. I'm guessing Luke is going to ask her, "Who are you?" And she says, "I'm Rey." Now the next one is, "Help me with this quick." Maybe there was another gas leak in the Millennium Falcon or something like that. I don't exactly know what that is, but that would be my best guess. Now the next one is, "The Resistance sent me." I do believe, in the first, TV spot for The Last Jedi, we do hear Luke Skywalker saying, "Why are you here?" I do believe that that will be her response. "The Resistance sent me." Now the next one, Luke. This is from Luke. He only has 1 line, and this is the last, piece of dialogue that we do have. He says, "Reach out with your feelings." Now, of course, this goes along with him training Rey. Um, I don't know what I don't know what part this will be in. My best guess would be where she's lifting all the rocks up, and that would be my best guess. Now, we have this very interesting rumor going around. Luke actually might be she sorry, Luke actually might teach Rey in the ways of the Tide. Now, if you don't know what the Tide is, basically in the book Legends of Luke Skywalker, Journey to the Last Jedi, Luke does travel to this planet named Luel, and he meets this person named Elder Kyla. Now, basically, they believe any control of the Force is misuse, and they don't basically believe in the dark side or the light side, so they basically call their version of the Force the ways of the Tide. Now, in the book they promise to train Luke the ways of the Tide if he promises to spread the teachings to others, and the training includes riding these creatures called wind trusters. I'm guessing those are creatures that do fly in the air, and learning how to breathe and swim underwater. I do believe that if Luke does actually end up training Rey, when we do see her dive underwater, I do believe that is, why he would be teaching her the ways of the Tide. So, but you never know. He actually might not do that. And basically, in the book, he did abandon Yoda's teachings, and he learned their teaching instead, and followed theirs. Now, finally, the poll results. A lot of you guys have been wondering about the poll results. Now, I did mess up on the poll results. I did only put up the polls for 24 hours, and then they did close. So the question was, who do you think would win, Luke Skywalker or Kylo Ren? There were four options. The first option was Luke Skywalker. The second option was Kylo Ren. The third option was they would both lose, and the fourth option someone would interfere with their duel. The first answer, 78% of you chose Luke Skywalker, which is very, very, very outstanding. 0% of you voted for Kylo Ren, I just find that funny. They would both lose, and nobody voted for that either. And 22% of you voted that someone would interfere, whether that be Luke or, not Luke, Leia or Rey or Finn or Poe, somebody like that. Now, the last thing I do want to talk about in this podcast today is the quote of the week, and the quote of the week is, "Luke, I am your father." And now, the next poll is going to be, what did Darth Vader say to Luke in Empire Strikes Back? Did he say, "Luke, I am your father," or "No, I am your father"? So, that will be the next poll, guys. And thank you guys so much for listening to the podcast. If you did enjoy, please make sure to give this a thumbs up. And if you have any questions about this podcast, let me know on Twitter. And thank you guys so much for listening, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.